I decided to create a new xenograft a few years ago because I was not satisfied with what I had in hands. We have some excellent xenografts on the market available. We can do very effective surgeries with that, but they are a bit too slow. It doesn't fasten the healing process of the bone. So I wanted something else, something better. And it was difficult at that time to have a dialogue with the manufacturers of those available xenografts. So I decided to create my own bovine xenograft, hydroxyapatite. And so the challenge here was to produce a material that is extremely safe, but at the same time we maintain a very rough topography for helping the bone to grow into the particles and have an osteoconductive effect. So our process is extremely safe at high temperature, high pressure to extract all proteins, but it maintains a very proper, very effective, rough topography for the material to help the bone growing into the particles, in between the particles. So why did I decide to create a xenograft instead of an allograft or a resorbable synthetic material? Because xenografts have to be very pure and very safe. So the manufacturing process makes them extremely reproducible in quality. You always have the same in each vial, absolutely. And second, what I want for my surgeries is a non-resorbable material. Could seem strange, but no. Because when we do a surgery, for instance, a lateral augmentation of the bone, we want it to remain stable. This volume has to remain stable for years. And for that, the new bone has to contain non-resorbable material to preserve this volume. And that is why xenografts nowadays are the safest and the most effective materials for maintaining the outcome of our surgeries. So in which clinical indications do we use xenograft materials, xenograft hydroxyapatite? Mainly socket management, to fill the sockets, especially in the aesthetic areas, to avoid the resorption of the buccal plate. And for that we need a non-resorbable material. Also, the second indication is the lateral augmentations and vertical augmentations of the bone, guided bone regenerations containing this bovine hydroxyapatite that will maintain the reconstructed volume thanks to this non-resorbability. And third, also a lot of biomaterial like xenograft are used for the sinus lifting procedures. Very effective also, of course, for the sinus lifting. Those are the three main indications: socket management, sinus lifts, and lateral and vertical bone augmentations. While a biomaterial not only has to be very safe and effective and fast in terms of bone regeneration, but the first point is that it has to be very easy to handle. And thanks to its manufacturing process, the wishbone's material is extremely porous with a rough surface topography, and that makes it extremely hydrophilic, wettable. And the wettability of this material makes it very, very easy to handle, because once you wet it, it's like a paste that will be very easy to place in your bone defects, and it will stay very stable there in the bone defect in the wound. So xenogenic biomaterials are very stable on the long term and will preserve the volume of regeneration, but they have the reputation of being a bit slow. That is, the bone regeneration is effective but rather slow, and that's a common reputation for those xenogenic materials. What we could observe in our preclinical studies with the wishbone's material is that it is extremely fast. The first weeks are really impressive, and the final bone regeneration is also very impressive in terms of volume. Fast, long-term stability, that's really what we want.